Elizabeth Lloyd Allen was born on August 22, 1946, and today we celebrate and raise a toast to her on her 75th birthday. On this momentous occasion, we not only look forward to the adventures of her next 25 years, but reflect on the wonderful 3/4 of a century of her life that has made her the center of our family as a wife, mother, aunt, and nana, a global adventurer with a thirst for life and a knack for bagging peaks that few her age can match, a civic and community-minded leader, few can write a letter to the editor like she can, and a loyal friend to so many. So, to honor the woman, our mum, who has inspired creativity in her children and grandchildren with her prowess for poetry and song, Dad, Ryan, Shannon, Jordan, Emerson, Chris, Charlotte, and I, along with all of our friends and family around the world who contributed to the memories, hope we will hit the mark and live up to your lofty standards with a special, celebratory movie inspired by your one-of-a-kind life. We love you, Mom.
Daughter to Dr. Leslie Allen and her mother Susan Lloyd Fleming Allen, Ashley was conceived on the Nile in Egypt while stationed in Africa after World War II and born in the city of Irvine, Scotland. Seeking a new life abroad, they immigrated to Canada in 1947, with Ashley celebrating her first birthday on the storied Queen Mary while crossing the Atlantic. The family of three made their first Canadian home in Didsbury, Alberta, where Ashley became big sister to brother Keith before moving to their longtime home in Calgary on Lansdowne Avenue. Growing up and surrounded by neighborhood friends and in Elbow Park, Ashley attended elementary school nearby and crossed the famous swinging bridge over the Elbow River twice daily. Dearly loved by her mom and dad, they enjoyed family vacations in Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene, Naramata, and Banff. Her maternal and paternal grandfathers visited from Scotland, and Ashley made huge impressions on both grandpas.
Growing up, Ashley followed in her parents' footsteps, taking golf lessons at Canyon Meadows Golf and Country Club and earning many junior championship titles and serving in all executive positions for the Canyon Meadows Ladies Golf Association. The years of diligence, determination, and practice have clearly paid off, as she is a wonderful and accomplished golfer with career achievements including a hole-in-one at the Country Hills Golf Club. She has played in numerous pro-ams with the LPGA and had the opportunity to represent Team Alberta in the Canadian Amateur Competition in Newfoundland, with a real team uniform and everything. Ashley was an excellent student, never missing a day of school at Elbow Park Elementary, Rideau Junior High, and Western Canada High School, where she prided herself on achieving straight A's with honors, before being selected as valedictorian of the 1964 graduating class from Western Canada High School. With a trunk filled with her worldly possessions, Ashley embarked on her first solo adventure, taking the train from Calgary to Vancouver to attend the University of British Columbia. She graduated 4 years later, in 1968, with a Bachelor of Arts in Education and the heart of a certain handsome young pharmacist. While exploring her newfound freedom away from home and living every moment of the UBC university life to the fullest, when doesn't Ashley do everything at 100%? Ashley made great impressions on co-eds campus-wide and at the UBC Frosh Dance in 1964, a story whose origin of truth continues to be questioned to this day, was about to unfold. As the story goes, Ashley bumped into a fellow on his way to the bathroom, resulting in an awkward series of bumbling steps reminiscent of the chicken dance. Trying to be slick and cool and to avoid any potential embarrassment, they turned those steps into a dance, and the rest is history. An undeniable connection was made, followed by a date at the local White Spot Drive-In, and they signed up to play golf at the University Golf Club the next Sunday. The young man with questionable dance moves was in fact Cliff, and he had no idea what he was in store for on the golf course. On the links, Cliff boldly hit his tee shot on the first hole from the men's tee, and Ashley hit hers from the ladies, far outdriving Cliff, with the rest of the game spent with Cliff trying not to be embarrassed by her beating him on every hole. She shot a smooth 90, and Cliff, ridden with terrible anxiety, shot 108. Not unlike what can be witnessed out on the fairways of Canyon Meadows to this day, they are a very happy golfing couple, wearing matching uniforms and playing golf around the world.
Learning from the awkwardness of the first encounter, Ashley, who had never been known not to be game to try something new, took ballroom dancing to impress Cliff with her moves, and it wasn't long until they took to dating very seriously. Now, not to deviate too far from our storyline, it's important to note that Ashley's lifetime dancing exploits don't end there and include a passion for line dancing and perhaps at the pinnacle of her awesomeness, her love of square dancing. Ashley, the eldest daughter of her family of 4, and Cliff, the oldest of 7 siblings, took the bold step of introducing each other to their families, and while their upbringings were very different, there was an undeniable chemistry and love between them that led to their wedding on August 17, 1968. Married amid their friends and family in Calgary, the wedding had all of the makings of a fairy tale and set the story in motion with a big and exciting chapter about to unfold. Ashley, the big city girl from Calgary, and Cliff, the ambitious, hard-working pharmacist, were moving north to the remote envisions of Terrace, BC. Knowing that she was destined to the wilderness, she went to the Teachers Employment Center and was immediately hired by the principal of Cassie Hall Elementary School. He asked 2 questions. "You have a degree and you want to come to Terrace? You're hired." She spent 5 years riding her bike to school and teaching grade 6, where she was a wonderful teacher. The time and attention Ashley devoted to both her students and her colleagues earned her the love and respect of everyone, culminating in an outpouring of love and support when the time came for them to start a family. With the arrival of their son Ryan in 1973 and the pride of the family, little Kirsten, in 1976, Ashley's formal teaching career may have come to an end, but Ashley's dedication to teaching and supporting her children became her greatest passion, yielding such gems as "always do more than expected," "take your elbows off the table," "is that how you would eat for the Queen?" and "who? Sorry, Mum, Ryan and I."
The 13-year Terrace experiment was a smashing success, with lifelong memories and forever friendships born against a rural experience where the outdoors brought hiking, water skiing, boating, snow skiing, golf and fishing, and indoor activities like politics, party bridge, sewing, and entertaining. Never one to sit in the shadows, Ashley was, and to this day continues to be, determined to make a difference in her community. In the early 70s, inspired by the NDP threat to Cliff's business and our way of life, Ashley nominated Cyril Shelford to be the government representative for the riding of Skeena-Cassiar. Doing radio shows, attending rallies, writing to the Terrace newspaper, giving speeches, and setting the political tone for the rest of Ryan and Kirsten's lives by coining the timeless phrase, "Yay social credit, boo NDP." Ashley celebrated Cyril's election in grand style, even burning every constituency flag on a map that the NDP lost and shared every seat that the social credit won, all of which led to more alcoholic drinks than she had ever imbibed before. But the resulting hangover and the promise to never drink again was worth it, as her efforts paid off and she was invited to travel to Victoria to attend the inauguration of the new government.
One of Ashley's early career aspirations was to be a diplomat and see foreign soil and countries that intrigued her. And throughout the years in Terrace, Ashley became very interested in world travel. What else is there to do but daydream when you live in the middle of nowhere? Her first trip was in 1969, when she invited her mom and dad to experience the natural wonders of Alaska. The journey began by taking a ferry through the Alaskan Panhandle to visit Wrangell, Ketchikan, Sitka, Juneau, and Skagway, and then by narrow gauge rail to see Whitehorse and the Yukon Territories. Her first true international stop was a return to her homeland of Scotland in 1971 to see relatives that she had heard about but never met. Indulged by her loving and excited extended family, Ashley relived the youth of her parents in visiting where her mom and dad grew up. Later, she and Cliff visited Glasgow, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Greenwich, the Scottish Highlands and Lowlands, and London. With her eyes wide open to all the world had to offer, they visited Spain to run with the bulls in Pamplona and toured the Costa del Sol, Granada, Madrid, Toledo, before returning to Paris and Versailles in France. From riding donkeys and camels in Israel to hanging prayer flags in Nepal, cave jumping in Belize, and teeing off on golf courses in some of the world's most exotic locations, Ashley has seen and done almost everything, including high tea with the mountain gorillas in Rwanda and walking a cheetah in Zimbabwe. Having visited more than 60 countries in the last 20 years, there's still no stopping her.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. And with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I lived. Every broken bone, I swear I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I lived.
Ashley has always been gifted as a documentarian and historian, methodically documenting family exploits and preserving the vivid memories in slides, photographs, albums, and most recently, video. With approaching 50 self-edited movies, artfully crafted on her Mac computer using iMovie, and annual photography yearbooks curated and published using Shutterfly, Ashley is an award-winning film producer who received recognition for her recap of their West Coast kayaking adventure from the Watermakers organization. From titles capturing the thrills of South Africa, Colombia, and Thailand, to displaying the tranquility of European bike paths and the rush climbing the Sydney Bridge in Australia, Ashley's movies will awaken your sense of adventure. She has spent hours and hours creating these memory files, and we invite you to search for Ashley Proceviat on YouTube to see some of her creative and inspirational video anthologies.
Now, don't for a second let Ashley's global travel exploits fool you into thinking she doesn't take advantage of the natural beauty of her home and native land, Canada. From the heart of the Rocky Mountains to the glory of the West Coast and the remote extremes of the Arctic Circle, if you can trek there, it's on her bucket list. Not only is Ashley a member of 3 local hiking groups, the Ladies Only, Trail Mix Walkers, and the Weekend Hikers, she is also a charter member of an adventure group of friends who first introduced Ashley to hiking and climbing when they tackled Loader Peak and Castle Mountain. From there, there's been no looking back with excursions on the West Coast Trail, helicopter trips to the Clamaso Glacier, trekking between lodges in the Purcell Mountains, Sunshine Meadows, and summiting Temple Mountain, hiking in to see the beauty of the larch trees in their orange color in the fall, and scrambling to the top of Howling, Barrier and Moose Mountain, Yamnuska and Hart Mountain. She trekked from Takaka Falls to Burgess Shale, taking in Emerald Lake and witnessing the undescribable beauty of Lake O'Hara.
Ashley is a very passionate person, and she always gives 100% of herself to everyone and everything she does. Whether it's sewing, canning, golfing, hiking, traveling, homemaking, gardening, cycling, grandmothering, raising her children, teaching, vacationing with family, vacationing with friends, volunteering, line dancing, socializing, building friendships, reading, making movies, snorkeling, kayaking. She puts in a full effort with her whole body and soul into every endeavor. She's a perfectionist in everything and sets a very high standard for everyone around her, especially her children and 3 granddaughters, Jordan, Emerson, and Charlotte. She has a love of family and goes above and beyond to be inclusive and caring, not only with her brother Keith's family, her overseas relatives, and Cliff's sibling families, but also with her extended family. Ashley welcomed Ryan's wife Shannon as her daughter-in-law, and later Kirsten's husband Chris as her son-in-law, with open arms and beautiful, if not exhaustively long and detailed speeches at their weddings, and has embraced Shannon's parents, Florence and Jim, and Chris's family, Betty and Larry, with the same love and compassion. Setting aside all the other activities that keep Ashley active, the one that is most important to her is her family and building an understanding of our history as a legacy for future generations. She has invested literally hundreds of hours researching her mom and dad's ancestry in Scotland and was the tip of the spear in planning the 100th anniversary of Cliff's family coming to Canada in 1902 from the Ukraine. Her efforts brought over 200 family members to Elma, Manitoba from across North America, where we celebrated in grand style. Her most recent accomplishment was a successful application to have a park in Calgary named for her dad, Dr. Leslie C. Allen, as part of Calgary's 125th anniversary of incorporation. She and Ryan waded endlessly into historical newspaper clippings about Dr. Allen's role in fighting the polio pandemic in the mid-1950s and 60s as Calgary's Chief Medical Officer of Health, and collected letters of support from journalists, colleagues, and the medical establishment to be included in the 100-plus page submission made to the City of Calgary Municipal Naming Program. Sometimes in 2022, the park will be officially unveiled, and it is bound to be a source of unending pride for her, and we look forward to sharing the park and the legacy of Dr. Leslie Allen with everyone.
Travel and personal exploits aside, Ashley's greatest source of pride and the thing she has dedicated her life to was raising her own family. Before becoming a grandmother, Ashley was mum to Ryan and Kirsten, both of whom were born in Terrace, BC. Ashley was, and is still to this day, a brilliant seamstress, making outfits for both kids from clothes that Cliff could no longer wear. She perfected birthdays, Christmases, Halloweens, and of course, the snow picnic. The move to Calgary brought decades of love and joy as the children grew. As she always does, Ashley found her footing and spread her wings, investing herself in many other activities that would have shaped the woman she is today. Ashley was active in both the community and her personal endeavors and still found time to run a successful home-based engraving business, Identicom, engraving name badges for Shoppers Drug Mart stores and attending holiday craft fairs selling engraved brass door knockers, Christmas ornaments, and keychains. While the list is far too long to articulate it in its entirety, exploits of note include editor of the Bonavista Bugle community newsletter, volunteering at the NRGM, and a commitment to serve in literally every provincial and federal election, from enumeration to polling clerk to deputy returning officer. She became a Stampede volunteer on the promotions committee and not only flipped pancakes and attended senior care homes to line dance and play in the band, she walked in the Stampede parade for 20 years and attended rodeo parades and Canada Day parades in communities like Ponoka, High River, Canmore, and Banff. She has even billeted musical prodigies for the Esther Honen's International Piano Competition, some of whom have gone on to be internationally recognized in their careers. Totally devoted to her family, she focuses on family outings, family dinners, family celebrations at Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, and the most amazing birthday parties. She puts her family first and is the perfect wife to Cliff and mother to Ryan and Kirsten. For everything you did for us, we will never be able to repay your love, kindness, generosity, and unparalleled support for us pursuing our dreams, even if you did make us eat salmon casserole.
The arrival of her beautiful granddaughters, Jordan, Emerson, and Charlotte, opened a new phase of life for Ashley, or Nana as we call her.
Watching us excel, first in learning to walk and talk, then in dancing, swimming, bike riding, school, hiking, piano lessons, English language proficiency, and table manners fit for royalty, her granddaughters have been a tremendous source of pride for her. She sewed nighties, Christmas dresses, costumes and capes, with tails, taught us to pick raspberries, played hundreds of games of hide and seek, taught us how to wash with a coif, and how to not be afraid of the thunder and lightning.
As she did with Ryan and Kirsten before us, everything Nana does shows how proud she is of her granddaughters and how much she loves us. Nana is a wonderful influence in our lives with her unquestioned love and thirst for adventure, helping to raise 3 strong, independent, and radiant young women of the future.
One of Ashley's most obvious talents is her sewing, a passion that has led to being part of many quilting bees, making quilts not only for her own enjoyment, but also to donate to hospitals, universities, and to those who needed a quilt to give them comfort. She was honored to have her contribution of her quilting accepted for the Calgary Stampede Centennial Quilt. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she sewed and donated hundreds, maybe thousands of masks, making them fashion statements while protecting the community from the dreaded disease. From stuffed Christmas characters to clothes and wall hangings to quilts, Ashley shows her love by making something from her heart. Speaking of love, you don't know love until you have tasted Ashley's homemade jams and jellies, made without pectin. From raspberry and blackcurrant jam to crabapple jelly, all hand-picked from branches with leaves, she always has enough for family, friends, golf partners, neighbors, new mayors, and even Canadian PGA Champions Tour icons. Her expertise with fruit preserves is well known, and many people say they can't enjoy their breakfasts without Ashley's jam.
Cycling back to travel exploits again. Pun intended. Ashley has enjoyed bike riding her whole life, but if you catch her out on the trails these days, you may have a hard time keeping up. Waking up one 2018 morning and deciding to ride her bike from Berlin, Germany, to Copenhagen, Denmark, like who does that? Inspired the purchase of an e-bike after the successful completion of her own European cycling adventure. Her new Cube e-bike takes her to exciting and physically demanding destinations where she relishes more and more hills to capture. Cycling the Highwood Pass, zipping between Canmore and Banff, Invermere to Fairmont, and touring from Banff to Castle Junction are now a breeze, and getting away is a dream come true. She tackles biking trails all over the city and has set her sights on a bucket list adventure for an e-bike tour through sites in Europe that she hasn't already tackled. And you know what? We bet she'll do it. So now, if volunteering, bike riding, traveling, golfing, child rearing, grandmothering, hiking, and adventuring isn't enough, let us tell you a little bit more about what Ashley does in her spare time. Committed to always trying to find ways to keep busy, but also to enrich her life with new experiences, Ashley recently took up tap dancing to go along with line dancing and bridge as a proud recipient of a Dale Carnegie pen, and has taken piano lessons for the last 20 years on the grand piano that was a gift from her dad. Volunteerism is in Ashley's blood. Beyond more than 20 years of donating her time to the Calgary Stampede, Ashley was a very proud member of the volunteer committee for the Winter Olympics in Calgary in 1988, visiting local and rural schools to teach the students the values that the Olympic movement brings to society. She made her second appearance in a major Hollywood motion picture as an extra in the filming of the Jamaican bobsled movie Cool Runnings, wearing her uniform teal snowsuit, cheering them on at Canada Olympic Park. Oh, and by the way, her acting debut was when she, Kirsten, and Ryan were extras in Superman 3 crowd scene when it was filmed in Calgary in the early 1980s. She and Cliff volunteered at the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, working as drug testing chaperones at the venues for the cross-country skiing and ski jumping, and were partying in the streets when Team Canada won gold in men's hockey. Their time with friends and family during the Olympics was a memory that will not soon be forgotten.
If there's one thing we do know, it's that 75 is just a number to Ashley. With more get up and go than she has ever had, a fiery spirit still pushing her to experience life to its fullest, she is the authentic inspiration for our family, city, province, and country to always be better. And we think she's just getting started. What else would inspire her to take to the streets to protest Justin Trudeau and his soul-crushing Liberal government's systemic dismantling of the oil industry at a mass rally in front of City Hall? Interviewed on local TV and broadcast across the country, Ashley was proud to represent the citizens of Alberta and clearly voice her support with proper sentence structure, appropriate tense, with no ums.
We'll understand that we have a good resource here in Alberta, and we think that Canada should stand by its resources. Who are in favor and feel proud of the industry have sat back and let them do that. Now we're here because it's time for us to have our voices heard.
So, what do you do for an encore? When Ashley turned 70, she wanted to do something extraordinary, and, as only Ashley would, she chose to experience the Via Ferrata at Norquay in Banff. With Cliff, Ryan, Shannon, Kirsten, and Chris all shaking in their boots, Ashley fearlessly led the way and climbed to great new heights using cables and harnesses as their only security from falling to the depths below. It was exhilarating and exciting, and the perfect way to celebrate the birthday of this adventurous and amazing lady. Now that she's 75, we're all waiting in anticipation for the big reveal of her next adventure. Jet skiing on Lake Windermere? Nope, just did that 2 weeks ago. Dog sledding? Nope, already checked that one off the bucket list. Skydiving? Heli hiking in the Rockies? Tubing down the Bow? E-biking to the North Pole? Or golfing in the Canary Islands? With so many possible experiences awaiting her selection, Ashley, the world is your oyster.
Ashley is one of a kind, spirited in every way, and has made a concerted effort to enjoy everything in life and do it with enthusiasm, structured planning, and never fearing the unknown. In fact, she thrives on new adventures and different things to do and is living her life to its fullest. And it's those very attributes that earned her a nomination and honorable mention in Calgary's inaugural Top 70 Over 70 competition. While we still believe she should have won, she is a winner in our hearts and one of the most special women in our lives. She says she has had a charmed life. Well, she deserves it and relishes in the opportunities that come her way. She is always looking for new adventures, and even as achy bones and, as they say on Mount Kilimanjaro, pole pole, slowly, slowly, are becoming the norm, Ashley is determined to make the best of everything she does and is happy when friends and family want to join her in her adventurous exploits.
A toast to Ashley on her 75th birthday, to the amazing woman who devoted her life to her family and has now exploded onto the scene with her undying, never-fearing attitude of "you only live once, so make the best of it every day." We love you, Ashley, Mum and Nana, and are so happy to see you enjoy life to the fullest.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Ashley, you brought sparkles into my life. Now it's my turn to wish you a happy 75th birthday with sparkles.
Happy 75th, Ashley.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy 75th birthday, Ashley.
If it's your birthday, let's get live. Hit that floor, do the birthday slide. Come on, do the birthday slide. Let's do that birthday slide.
Happy 75th
Birthday!
Ashley.
Woo!
Fareed, do you know Ashley is 75 today?
No, really?
She is, can you believe it? I can't believe it. But 75 is diamonds, and Ashley, you are a diamond. We love you. You're a wonderful, wonderful sister and a wonderful woman. Have a happy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, happy 75th, and I hope you have many more. Enjoy your day.
To Ashley.
To Ashley, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
We made it both, all of us.
Happy 75th birthday, Ashley.
Many happy returns, Ashley.
Happy birthday, Ashley. Cheers.
Happy 75th birthday, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Wishing a happy birthday to Calgary's best supporter. We love you.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy 75th birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Nana.
Wishing you a happy birthday. Happy 75th.
Yes, happy birthday, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Happy birthday from Betty and Larry.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday.
Wish you many, many more. Wishing you the most fabulous celebration on your 75th birthday. Happy birthday, Ashley. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday, Ashley, from Down Under.
Happy, healthy birthday, Ashley, and many, many more.
Happy 75th, dear friend.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. It's Murray and Donna wishing you a happy birthday.
Hi, Ashley. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful celebration and a happy and healthy year.
Happy birthday to our amazing friend.
Happy birthday to a fellow confabulator. Hope you have a great day.
Surprise! We're here to wish you a happy 75th birthday.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy 75th birthday, Nana.
Hey Ashley, happy 75th from the Smokin' Noggin. Hope you're doing well and looking forward to seeing you in the Canary Islands and maybe...
Happy 75th.
Yep, happy 75th and maybe you can tweet like a canary.
Happy 75th!
Okay.
Woo!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy 75th birthday, Ashley.
We all love you so very, very much, and blessings for a fantastic year ahead with good health and all your dreams come true.
After production of this film had been completed, Ashley embarked on a pre-birthday adventure that took an unexpected turn that nobody saw coming. On Thursday, August 19th, 2021, seeking to mark the occasion of her 75th birthday only 3 days later, Ashley successfully executed an unassisted solo ascent of Ha Ling without the use of supplemental oxygen. On her descent across loose scree and with her vision impaired by the dense smoke of the nearby wildfires, Ashley broke her left ankle and was left unable to walk. With her cell phone smashed in the fall, the sun fading below the horizon into darkness, and hungry grizzly bears, wolves, and coyotes salivating in the shadows, Ashley was determined to make it out alive and be with her friends and family on Sunday evening. Drawing on the inspiration of at least 2 decades of Banff Mountain Film Festivals and the motivating true life stories of Joe Simpson and Aaron Ralston, Ashley surveilled her surroundings to find something, anything, to help her. Biting down on a piece of bark to numb the pain, Ashley performed surgery on her ankle, using the sharp edge of a tin can lid from her emergency rations to make the incision, and then set her ankle bones before closing the wound with tree sap and wrapping it tightly with torn shreds of her sweater, the only thing she had to keep warm. Fashioning a rudimentary splint out of her walking sticks, cushioned with moss, and bound with rope she made by braiding hundreds of blades of narrow-leaved grasses, Ashley found the courage to pick herself up and drag herself and her damaged limb down the mountain. After a grueling and exhausting 16 hours and taking overnight shelter under a bed of leaves and foliage to keep warm as the temperature plummeted, Ashley heard the distant sound of bear bells and found the strength to call out for help to the hikers who would be her rescue. Her calls were answered. With 911 dispatched and an emergency helicopter mobilized by Canmore Search and Rescue, Ashley was medevaced off Ha Ling to an ambulance waiting to deliver her to the hospital and the medical attention she needed so desperately. Ashley was released the next day with a plate and screws in place of her impromptu tooling, and once she beats the nasty infection caused by the tree sap leaching into her bloodstream, Ashley will make a full and complete recovery. True to form, she is already planning her next adventure. At least, that's the way I heard the story.